What the heck is everybody doing? 2024 starting off with a bang. And what am I bringing to you today? A winter storm warning. That's right. Next week, we're going to get some really, really cold temperatures. So, got to be careful, guys. Got to be careful. If you got any investment properties, make sure you're checking on them. Make sure you've got somebody that can go by if you're not able to and check on them as well. Just want to kind of outline some stuff that you might want to check while you're getting prepared for this cold weather. And I don't mean going to the grocery store and going up and buying all the toilet paper and the bread and all that stuff, but actually taking some time and making sure your investment properties are safe for this winter storm that is coming. And it's going to be cold, saying below 20 next week. Hey, I'm not a weather forecaster, so who knows, right? But it's better to be prepared. In January, it seems like in the last 3 years, we've always had a real cold freeze and we've had some pipes busted. So let's be careful this year and make sure we're checking out that. Sprinklers. Everybody's like, how do you prevent them? Well, best thing to do is go Home Depot, Lowe's, make sure that they're wrapped and there's no exposed pipe. Also, take you a towel, wrap it around there. That way, it keeps it insulated even more. That's helped a lot of people, and I do the same thing. Outdoor hoses, make sure you pick them up, take them out, put them inside. That's where it's warm. You don't want to have to spend 20 or 30, 40 more dollars on a hose at an investment property that you have there or at your own home. Again, those things will get brittle, water will get trapped in them, and there you're having to buy new hoses come next spring when you're trying to do some housework. Make sure your insulation's good throughout the house. That's vital. Always check your attics. Make sure that you've got adequate insulation. Wrapping your pipes. Make sure they're wrapped very, very tight. Here's a trick that most people don't realize. Most properties, your sink is on the outside wall. So what you need to do is open up those cabinets, maybe get you a little space heater and face it towards that outside wall. That way those pipes don't freeze as well. But keep those doors open underneath your sink so air can circulate in there and it's not just freezing cold temperatures underneath there. That's a good tip that most people don't realize. If you're going to cut the water off, make sure you cut it off at the main. But also a big, huge tip that you need to pay attention to is make sure you turn all your faucets on and drain them, especially if you have an empty investment property that's like currently in rehab or currently on the market. Last thing you want to do is a property that's you've spent all this money on, and it looks beautiful and it's listed, and make sure that the water's cut off during this time. It'll only be a short period of time, but you got to make sure you protect that because you don't want to go out there and do more work and sheetrock's messed up and got flooding, the floors have messed up. Just be careful with that. Big tip in your personal homes, and if you decide to keep the water on, mainly in your personal homes though, is that make sure that the water is dripping hot in one sink and cold in another. That'll keep the water flowing. And as long as water is flowing, it's a lot harder for it to freeze in those apex pipes. So make sure you check that. Look, I know I like to sleep cold. Some people don't like to sleep cold. I like to sleep in sub-zero temperatures. But at the end of the day, make sure you're keeping your heat at least at 67 or higher. I always keep it around there as well. But in these colder months or colder days, make sure you jack it up a little bit higher. That way that the heat rises, and most of your piping is in your attic space. So make sure that you keep it warm enough to where those pipes are not freezing. Vacant properties are the biggest ones that cause the most problems. because there's nobody there watching it. So make sure you go and take care of that as well. Again, if you're going to be out of town or if you're not around to go check on them, have a friend, have the neighbors, but implement that right now because it's going to be a huge thing come next week. And guys, I'm just telling you, make sure you're prepared, Houston or Texas. This could hit all of Texas, so make sure you're prepared. Pets, guys, don't leave your pets outside. All right, they're like your little kids. You love them. Don't leave them out there freezing to death. You wouldn't like if somebody left you out there freezing. So get those pets inside, okay? Last but not least, landscaping, plants, stuff like that. Make sure you bring those inside, and guys, just do the right thing. And trust me, at the end of the day, you're going to be thankful that you listen to us here at Jed, because we're always here to protect you and don't want you to have to call us and say, man, I got to do something. The property's not going to sell. It's, got all the pipes busted in. That'll be costly. So the last thing we want you to do, even if you don't have a loan with us, is be out more money, okay? So at the end of the day, guys, I hope everybody's 2024 is going great. Mine's outstanding. Just had my 4-year-old, golly, a 4-year-old just turned 4 this past Monday. So looking forward to spending more time with them as they grow and get bigger and prepare them. Hopefully we may get some snow, who knows, but they always keep me energetic and ready to go, because hey, when you're my age and dealing with kids at 4 and 2, almost got a 2-year-old, they will keep you going. But anyways, enough about that. This message was to make sure that you understand to keep your investment property safe during these cold times that are ahead. You might be asking, Rob, I didn't see the forecast. When is this happening? It's happening January 15th and 16th. So that's headed your way. All right. Next week, Monday. So let's be careful. Let's check on our properties and hope to see you on the side unscathed. All right, guys. Take care. Rob with Jet Lending out here.